The Marine lieutenant deeply resented the WMs from the start of his service to his country. They were girls, they weren't real Marines, and he hated them for taking the name. Real Marines were men. They were tough and hard and fought in trenches and on the beaches. Hand-to-hand combat mano a mano. Women Marines should only be allowed to cook the Marines' food, scrub their dishes and wash their clothes, traditional chores of the weaker sex. To make matters worse, he himself was given the task of washing clothes, and it ate at him every hour of his waking day. This is why he treated them so badly over the years. He should be in a tank, or commanding an artillery battery. Taking an order from a WM enraged his sense of male pride. Being treated like this today was unbearable. He wasn't sitting there fuming for 2 minutes before he hears a voice joyfully shout, "Hey look, it's McManly." A bus pulls up with women Marines howling and cheering out the windows with such gems as, "Hey hot stuff." Matching panties too. Poor little babykins. Is Iddle Piddle Pants lost? Is your other car a baby carriage? Let's check that diaper, and so on. As each WM stepped down off the bus, Rolie repeatedly croaked, "I lost a bet, I lost a bet, I lost a bet," but either they weren't buying it or they were in on it. A camera phone was stuck out the window in a woman's hand and recorded the scene. Suddenly the stuffed bear started speaking. It said in a loud, high-pitched female voice, "Baby has to piddle." The entire bus of women literally rocked with laughter. Someone threw a package of Kleenex from their purse at him and it bounced off his face and landed on the bench beside him. "Remember to wipe front to back, little darling," she called out. The bus passengers came unglued. The bus started to pull away but ran up on the curb after 20 feet down the road. It proceeded to pull back onto the road and into traffic after another minute of raucous mayhem on board. How great! A remote mic in his bear. How gratifying that they spared no expense. Rolie's face was so red that it nearly outshined his lipstick. Now, to his horror, he realized that he had just peed himself during the bus ordeal. He tried to console himself, that happens sometimes in combat, but he failed because he knew deep down that his crybaby boyhood was not that far removed from him. In fact, it was close enough now that a hot bitter tear streamed down his red cheek and bounced off of the baby bear's bonnet. Rolie's moment of shame was interrupted when the bear spoke again. "Oh, quit sniveling, you little crybaby, unless you want a panky pank," the bear said brusquely. "New orders have come in." The unbearably loud speaker in the Sissy bear on Rolie's lap continued in a rapid clip, "You don't have much time. Do you see the van parked across the commons? You will find keys in the ignition and a box of clothes in the back. Get into the van, Sissy." Rolie peered across the commons and saw a distant van through a break in the bushes and trees. The commons was a very large open grassy area crisscrossed with rows of bushes and dotted with trees. A nice outdoors place where families gathered, bands played on occasions, and folks sat out to eat lunch in a pleasant surrounding. There were a number of people on the commons, but a careful path could be plotted using bushes for cover. Mostly he needed cover from the waist down because the seat of his trousers and the insides of his thighs were soaking wet from his uncontrolled weeing of himself.